Hello everyone, today I am going to introduce you to a new Excel add-in named STAAD Aide. So STAAD Aide is basically a high performance Excel add-in designed for civil and structural engineers working on STAAD and Excel. So as the name suggests, Aide, see what is Aide? Aide means assistant. So this tool serves as an ultimate OpenSTAAD workflow engine for Excel, or in other words, this tool serves as an assistant to STAAD. Before going ahead, let me tell you something about Excel add-in. So what exactly is an Excel add-in? An Excel add-in is a supplemental program or tool that integrates with Microsoft Excel to add custom commands, advanced calculations, automated tasks, or specialized features. In simple words, Excel add-in gives Excel extra capabilities beyond what it can do under normal circumstances. So coming back to STAAD Aide, STAAD Aide is a high performance Excel add-in designed for civil and structural engineers. So it basically bridges the gap between Microsoft Excel and Bentley's STAAD. Being a structural engineer myself with well over 18 plus years of working experience on international platforms working with reputed MNCs, I can surely say that nobody can deny that an Excel is already the universal language of engineering calculations, whereas STAAD is the industry workhorse for analysis. So by leveraging OpenSTAAD API and STAAD Aide seamlessly bridges these two worlds. In other words, I can say that STAAD Aide is the missing link we all are looking for, which bridges the gap between Excel and STAAD and allows seamless exchange of information from STAAD directly into Excel at a click of a button. So STAAD Aide basically removes the friction between Excel and STAAD. It transforms Excel from a passive calculator into an active command center capable of driving geometry information, automating load data extraction, and auditing analysis data in seconds. So, on successful installation of this particular super Excel add-in, STAAD Aide provides user with a custom ribbon in Excel. As you can see on my computer screen, I have got an additional ribbon, which is a customized ribbon named STAAD Aide. These particular ribbons provide me with so many options so that I can interact seamlessly with the STAAD. So if I want to elaborate a bit on this particular aspect, STAAD Aide, this custom ribbon provides me with 7 groups of menus or menu commands. The first one, basic data. The second, entity related. Third, member related. Then load related, view review, analysis output, and dynamic response, and so on. So each of these menu groups contains a set of menu commands, such as first basic data contains somewhat around 6 menu commands, and so on. So in totality, this particular customized ribbon provides me with 65 plus menu commands. In other words, what exactly menu command means? Menu commands means this particular tool provides me with the access or with the capability to interact with OpenSTAAD in 65 different ways to extract or exchange data from STAAD to directly into my Excel at a click of a button. So it basically eliminates tedious manual tasks such as results extraction, model verification, and other repetitive tasks. So this is a pain point for engineers working on STAAD and Excel. So this addresses that pain point. So this tool can replace post-processing mode in STAAD to a great extent. Now, you may want to ask me why we need such a tool. Okay, that can be a question in your mind. Let me answer this question. Being a structural engineer myself, basically, I believe our time should be spent on optimizing designs, analyzing load paths, and solving complex structural problems. Instead, what we do? We often find ourselves trapped in a loop of repetitive manual tasks. We copy-paste thousands of node coordinates, support reactions, fight with the STAAD text editor, and spend hours manually extracting worst case forces into spreadsheets. That is what we do, because after we get the analysis results from STAAD, in most of the cases we copy those results, put it into Excel for the further calculations. That is what we do. Now I find this process, basically copying data from STAAD to Excel, very frustrating. Why I am calling it frustrating? Since we are wasting billable engineering man hours on what I can call an unnecessary stuff. So in such cases, STAAD Aide comes to our rescue. As I told you earlier, STAAD Aide transforms Excel from a mere passive calculator into an active command center capable of driving geometry information, automating load data extraction, and also auditing analysis data in seconds. You know what more? The best part of this particular tool, the best part of STAAD Aide is that it wasn't built by a detailed software developer. In most of the cases, the tools which engineers uses, basically structural engineers I am talking about, are developed by software developers or software engineers. Those are detached. Those are never involved in actual workflows. So they don't know what are our true pain points. But in this particular case, we are fortunate enough because this particular tool or Excel Aide is built by an experienced structural engineer who is a practicing engineer himself. So I must say that our pain points are addressed in the best possible way. You know, the one thing which gives me goosebumps is that it requires no coding knowledge. Yes, you got it right. To use this tool, we don't need any coding knowledge. Now, what more one could have asked for? You have got a tool with 65 plus commands in which it practically replaces post-processing mode of STAAD, and the best part is you don't need to have knowledge of any coding. That's it for this video. Stay connected to know more about this tool, its installation, more importantly, how to use it efficiently. All these topics will be covered in depth in the videos to follow. Link of the next video as well as the web link to download STAAD Aide is provided in the description box for ease of access. Thank you and stay connected.